Hey everybody, it is Jeff here. Hope everybody's having a great day today. If you go to my last live, which was just a few minutes ago, it was pretty good when the guy stayed on the phone. He wanted to talk, and he was a scammer, of course. We know that. And it was one of those Visa, MasterCard ones. So basically, he didn't call. He called the scam phone, and then he kept trying to figure out my name. I think they're going on, and they're getting into YouTube and Facebook, and they're finding the scam calls because I made it very easy for them to locate. Now he thinks my name is Adam Smith and that I have a son and I'm in an army uniform. So that'll definitely call. What he's doing calls, and it's kind of like I said, for what, a couple years now we've been doing these, and they just are just all over the place. They don't know, and it's funny because I can always tell where one comes from. But like I said, don't be intimidated and don't be like taken in by these scammers. I do it. You should not have to. I do it because, like I said, I want people to know that these crooks exist and that they are real and that they're going to take advantage of you if you're not careful. Of course, all my information is different. Of course, the stuff they pull up, it's going to always be a little different. But you got to be really careful with people. And that's what it is in everyday life. That's today's lesson. Today's lesson is don't be taken in by what you think is too good to be true. If it's too good to be true, as your parents and everybody has told you for years, it is. Give you an example. Earlier today, I had a number come up from Quincy. Now, I do a lot of marketing. I do a lot of digital work. I do a lot of stuff with the business I do. Okay? And I got a phone number, and they're like, hey, we saw that you were looking for graphics and to get a design and everything else. I'm like, yeah, okay. Thing about it is, what set me off right away is it came up with a 217 number, 316, which is local. And for the most part, I kind of knew already it was a scam, but I wanted to see how far they go with it. So the guy, and also when I knew it was a scam, one of the other things is there's a bloop. It actually is a bloop sound. It goes bloop, like something's hitting water, like they're just trying to cut over to you whenever these scammers are on the phone. So that's the first sign. So a bloop sound along with a regular number that you don't know is a good indication it's scam. Now, one of the numbers they were using was the Drug Task Force out of Quincy, and that's what's even funnier because the people that answered were Pakistani or Indian. I'm not quite sure. I wasn't paying too much attention. Anyway, so I wanted to see how far they go. So they used another person's website. Then the third thing that showed me that they're a scam is right away they got to put me over to their manager. They got to let somebody else talk to me. See, the initial people that call you, they're not allowed to mess with any of the money. They're not allowed to mess with any of that stuff. So when they get you, they got to put you through 3 different people because it's a con. It's a con, in a con game. I mean, look at, what's the game called? The 3 Cups. And they keep putting a little ball on there. Well, the second you even play the game, you've lost. Okay? So right away, they put me over, and I asked them, you got a great salesman on a website and everything else. Can I just ask one question? And they're like, what's that? I'm like, why are you calling me from my cousin's phone number? And they're like, what do you mean? And so I actually called the number, and they spoofed another person's number in the hometown. I actually knew the person they spoofed. And that's not a joke. And then I also called back the Drug Task Force, and sure enough, it was the Drug Task Force. So I was like, yeah, they couldn't tell me. I was like, you know why? Because I already know you're a scam. You're trying to get me to buy something from you. I was like, nope, sorry, that's not a legit, and I hung up. So you don't want to be taken by anybody. Whenever you're out there in life, every day somebody is trying to take advantage of you. Every day somebody has a scam, whether or not it's somebody you know or somebody. That's why I tell everybody, go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. If you're so lonely that you get taken in by the people that are calling your phone, not realizing they're scammers, not realizing they want nothing to do with you other than to try to, sometimes they don't want the money, they want your information. They want who you are. They want to hurt you as much as possible. But there's a couple of things you got to learn about real telemarketers, real people. First off, a true business person will never get mad if you say no. A true business person will never cuss at you. A true business person, they will do what they can to find out, but at no time are they going to use to sit there and press you. They're not going to scare you. Now, what I do with legal and identity theft, I let people know, look, we have this. This is what we can help with, But I also know there's other companies out there. They lie and they try to convince people that they're the best just so they get the sale. It's all about the sale. To me, that's not how business works. Business is not about the sale. I know the sale is what makes people money. And in life, whether it's a recruiter, and the Marine Corps did this years ago in Quincy, Illinois, where they were lying to people in my hometown. Now, I'm a Marine, okay? But this is well before I was in the Marine Corps. Is when I was in high school and did junior high and high school. And they were going around lying to people so they could get their numbers. And so was the Army. And so was the Navy. That does not give our armed service a good name when you have people out there lying. But this particular guy went to jail because he was recruiting dead people. Okay? That's why I say it could be somebody just as close as a family member or somebody not. You got to be able to see the signs. If it's too good to be true and there's nothing you got to do to get it, don't follow it, okay? Even the lottery. Did you know that almost 90 to 95% of the people that win the lottery lose their money within the first... they lose it all because first off, they don't understand taxes. The lottery to me is a scam because it doesn't teach anybody true money management. It doesn't teach anybody what the do's and do nots of business. So they take all this money, they invest it somewhere, but they forget they got to still pay Uncle Sam. They got to still do a lot of other stuff, okay? Now, I got screwed when I had a business once to where I was put on the hook for the majority of the taxes, yet it was my business partners who disappeared that put me in debt. And I should have known right away that they would never put a dime in. I just didn't know that. I was kind of dumb when I got out of the Corps. I was dumb to business. But even though I got my MBA and everything in business and everything else, it still doesn't make me resilient to the scams or to people that think, hey, I could get something for nothing on this. I've had people do that with me and it sucks. So be careful on everything you do. Now remember this. Let's get to today's topic. Hard work. If you go out there and you do hard work, whether it's working on a paint line, whether it's patrolling the beat, whether you're a sheriff, police, or firefighter, and you're practicing every day to become proficient in your skill. Salespeople are real business people. They really do. They have to make sure that you understand them. They're not going to sell you something you're going to send back right away because that does them no good. Okay? From the person at the store. Think about it. People at Blockbuster have to work. You still have to go to work. You still have to talk with people. You still have to get around people. Okay? Look at all the chefs out there in all these awesome restaurants. Okay? If they make bad food and their food's wrong, then no one's going to come back to their establishment. So they have to know their profession. Always know that if you work hard for something, you can get it. But when you're there, you still have to work hard. Why? Because nothing in life is free without hard work, okay? Look at some of the biggest billionaires in the world. They're still working every day. Why? They'd lose their fortunes if they were not working every day. The thing about it is they rely on themselves, not anybody else. My suggestion to you is if you get around people you can trust, then you can rely on them. Of course, there's always going to be a couple that take advantage of that. But every day, be alert on scams. Be alert that, if you do a good job, if you do hard work. I always credit the Marines that are in the Marine Corps League. As the Commandant, I'm going to give them credit. I'm going to say thank you, and I'm going to mean it every time. And I'm going to do the little things. Like I said, I don't mind getting pizzas. I don't mind, giving credit to those that deserve it. But hard work, whether you're volunteering for something or whether you're making money on something or whether you're going to go get a skill so you can get a better job, or even if you're in your job, I know a lot of nurses do this, they go back to school so they can get the next nursing position, and they do an outstanding job. That's why they're heroes. Why do we call truck drivers heroes? Because they're on the road every day. They're picking up and dropping off. It's a hard profession. Police officers have a profession where they have to make a quick judgment. They have to be leaders, okay? But they're heroes because every day they're protecting us, but they have to also use their heads and know what's going on. That's why they are heroes. Firefighters, think about it. They can't just bust into a fire. They get blown up, or the backdraft is going to get them. They have to know every angle, and they have to be prepared to work on their feet. They've got to know what is going on every day. So whenever you do anything, know this. Make sure it's legit. Make sure you're legit. And make sure everything goes the great way. Remember this. There's nothing you can't do without a little hard work and determination. You can even run for president. And I know that's going on right now, but I don't get into politics. I'm not going to get into politics. I think politics hurt people. I think that we have so many politicians from both sides. In Illinois, we put both our Republicans and Democrats in jail for lying, cheating, and stealing, okay? But if you want to be a legit politician, you want to be somebody good, then you got to prove it, okay? Just like anything else. You want to have a good business, then you've got to prove it every single day. If you want to do greatness, if you want to be great, remember this. Know you matter. Get up, get out, work with people, be social, okay? Quit hating the world. I know too many people that hate the world for no reason whatsoever. And know this. Your hard work can accomplish anything if you put your mind to it and you use your skill levels. I'm Jeffrey Jansen. Each and every one of you matter. I hope you have a great evening. I'm picking up my little girl right now, and I want to make sure she's had a great day. So I love y'all. Hope y'all have a great day, and I'll talk with you soon. Bye now.